In the fertile lands of Ilaru, where the soil was rich and the rivers sang to the earth, there ruled a king whose wisdom was as steady as the mountains. King Adeyemi was loved by his people, for he ruled not with fear, but with honor. But peace is a jewel that glitters too brightly, and in the neighboring kingdom of Oduka, envy began to grow like a poisonous vine. Soon, whispers of war drifted across the borders of Ilorin. Then, under the cover of night, the storm arrived. Flames devoured homes. Steel clashed against steel. The enemy descended without mercy, and the land that once knew laughter trembled beneath war cries. Though the warriors of Ilorin fought with courage, they were outnumbered and overwhelmed. The battlefield grew silent beneath smoke and sorrow, and for the first time, the king felt the heavy shadow of defeat. In desperation, King Adeyemi sought the wisdom of the spirits. Through the priestess, the ancestors spoke. To defeat those who walk as men, you must seek those who walk above them. And so the king climbed beyond the known paths of his kingdom into the mist-covered mountains of legend. Each step carried the weight of his people's survival. There, beyond the clouds, he beheld beings unlike any he had seen. Giants, tall as ancient trees, strong as thunder, guardians of a forgotten realm. Before their mighty leader, the king bowed his crown and made a vow. If you help us reclaim our land, our kingdoms shall become one. Your blood shall mix with ours. It was a promise that would reshape destiny. The giants accepted. Mountains echoed as they prepared for battle. Weapons the size of trees were lifted with ease, and the earth trembled beneath their march. When the king returned with his towering allies, his people watched in awe. Fear mixed with hope, for salvation sometimes arrives in unexpected forms. On the plains where defeat once tasted bitter, Ilaru stood again. This time, they did not stand alone. The giants roared, and the battlefield shook. Enemies scattered like dry leaves before storm. Power unlike any seen before reshaped the tide of war. By the setting sun, Oduka had fallen. The enemy knelt where once they stood proud. Victory belonged to unity. Yet triumph carries its own burden. A promise made in desperation must be honored in peace. And the king knew that words once spoken cannot be taken back. Before his people, King Adeyemi chose honor over comfort. For a kingdom built on broken promises, he declared, cannot stand. And though uncertainty lingered, respect grew. So celebrations replaced fear. Drums echoed across the land as giants and humans joined in sacred union. Two peoples became one beneath the same sky. Time moved forward like the river. And from this union rose children unlike any before. Stronger, taller, and filled with the spirit of both worlds. Among them stood Prince Tayo, heir to courage and strength. In him lived the wisdom of men and the power of giants. He was the future walking in the footsteps of promise. As seasons passed, the kingdom transformed. Homes grew larger, gates stood higher, and soon, none in the land stood below 7 feet tall. Thus, from war came unity. From unity came strength. And from a king who kept his word rose a kingdom of giants, where honor stood taller than any warrior, and legacy reached beyond the clouds.